on your home computer to read the day's newspaper.
So, as you should know by now, I'm making a series of videos where I make games under Game Jam rules and themes. The new issue is that I need a way to actually give me one of those themes, and because I love to overcomplicate things, I'm going to make a full theme manager. Well then, let's go. Since the entire reason behind this series is to get better at breaking the bad habits that I've picked up on, the first thing I'm going to do is write a to-do list. Usually I'd write the to-do list like halfway through development, but let's be honest, that's a terrible idea. The things my program needs is a way to generate a random number that returns an associated theme, a way to add themes, delete themes, and finally a way to actually list every single theme in the file. That's the list of features that we're going to need. However, I'm also going to make a to-do list of methods that I need in order to actually perform these features. After a lot of consideration, the list of methods I need are a method to load a text document into an array of strings, a method to convert strings into theme objects, a method of overwriting the data of a text document in order to add and remove themes, a main menu method, and a method for the front end section and all its features. With that, I think that's the best I'm able to do with a to-do list, so let's get started. First up was theme handling. I created a file called themehandler.cs, and this will be used to store all of the back-end programming. All of the methods and variables will be static in order to be able to just call themehandler.whatever later on. While here, I also created a second class called theme inside of themehandler. Theme class simply stores the string of text that is printed when the theme is selected. Each theme is stored on a single line in a single text document called themes.txt, which is located in the working directory. The way the file is loaded goes as such. The program checks to see if the file exists. If it doesn't, then the file is created and the method is run again. If it does exist, then the file is opened, read, and the text is stored into a string. The string gets split by each new line. Each line is then converted into a theme object, which is then added to a static array list of theme objects. Now that the themes are stored into an array list, everything else is actually really easy. To add or remove a theme, simply add or remove a theme from the list. However, each of these methods runs another method, save themes. This method runs through the list, adds each entry to a single string, which is then written over themes.txt file. This way the themes are stored for the next time they need to be used. There is a slight issue with this because for whatever reason it likes to create a theme with no name, just a blank theme out of nowhere. I could probably spend ages trying to figure out why, but to be honest, this is mainly just for me and I don't really give enough of a shit to bother going through it. However, if someone does fix it and then uploads a fixed branch to the GitHub, I'll add it to the main branch or whatever. If you find a fix, tell me and I'll do it. After this is finished, all we have to do is the front end stuff and we're done. My next task is to make sure the user doesn't want to embrace the sweet release of death by using the program, especially since the main user is going to be me. I can't make videos when I'm dead, can I? Now then, here's the fun fact. I suck at any sort of art. 2D sprites, 3D textures, 3D models, and most of all, ASCII art. Seriously, I think if I actually put any effort into making this look good, then the UN would knock on my door and arrest me for war crimes. As such, I decided to stick with the very basic arts, a strange box around some sort of menu header, and then after some trial and error, I kinda got it to look nice. All that was left to do was to display the options that the user has to the console, get their input and perform the correct task based on their input, and I'm done with the main menu. I always found that making user interfaces is where I spend most of my time. I feel like it's because if the back end is terrible, then at least only I have to dig through it. The UI and the front end, however, that's where most of your criticism will come from. After adding a method to add and remove the themes in the front end, I decided to tackle what this entire program is actually about: random theme picking. The way random theme picking works is by asking the user how many different themes they would like to use. This is for jams where I want to combine two different themes into one. After that, it just starts a for loop. For every theme that the user requests, it generates a random number between 0 and the number of themes that the user wanted, and then using the list from before, it just prints the text to the console. Finally, it awaits the user to enter another key in order to return to the main menu. In order to display every theme in the list, the program runs through a for loop between 0 and the maximum number of themes, and then just displays them, each one. So this is the final product. It has 5 options to do with the themes, and it does exactly what I want it to. However, there are a few bugs. For example, some areas will ask you to press any key, and if you press enter, then it just crashes the whole program. This is caused by the program taking it as an input for the menu, as well as the previous menu. The other major bug is the blank themes I've already spoken about. Overall, it does everything that I want it to do. I think that if I was to remake this, I'd make it like a normal GUI. This would allow me to add a time and images, so make it an ultimate program for game jam creation. Maybe a push to a website button, I don't know. For now, I'm done with this. Well then, that's it. I'd rate this an 8 out of 10 because it's simple and does exactly what I want it to do. It's not rocket science here. However, how do you feel about this software, and what do you think about this episode? Do you agree with our top 10 picks? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check out my Patreon, link in the description, to see how you can help with me making videos. That's all for now. Until next time, see ya.
Meanwhile, across town in this less than fashionable cubbyhole of the San Francisco Examiner,